The Isle of Skye is an extremely popular tourist destination in Scotland, and it's certainly one of our favorites. Today, we're going to show you 10 places that you can visit. Of course, there are way more than 10 places to see, but we've narrowed it down to our favorites. If you'd like a more comprehensive list, check out our blog post in the description below. Before we start, we found over the years that a lot of people tend to underestimate the size of Skye and how long it will take to get around, so we've included how much time you should consider allocating to each place. With that said though, do keep in mind that you have to drive to each place as well. Let's go! The old Man of Storr is likely the most photographed place on Skye, and it's not hard to see why. It's a rocky pinnacle that resembles an old man. If you get a clear morning, the best thing to do is to drag your feet out of bed before the crack of dawn and hike up the Storr. Allow 2 hours if hiking up the Storr. Further north of the Storr is the Quiraing, a mountainous region created by a series of landslips. The views are absolutely stunning, and allow yourself 3 to 4 hours if you'd like to walk the hill circuit. Close by to the Old Man of Storr is Kilt Rock and Mealt Falls. When you look over the railing, you can see the waterfall and the rock that looks like a kilt. Allow 15 minutes for this attraction. Portree is the main town on Skye and has some lovely, colorful buildings. There are also a lot of restaurants and little shops that you can walk into and browse through. Allow a minimum of 1 hour to just take a look around. The ferry pools is one of the most popular attractions on Skye, but do be aware that it is a 2.4 kilometer walk to reach the pools. When you do arrive, there is a spectacular backdrop of the Glen Mountains. Allow 1.5 to 2 hours for walking to and from the pools. The fairy Glen was caused by a landslip and legend says is home to magical Skye fairies. Be sure not to touch or move anything when you're there, as there have been previous problems of tourists making stone figures, which destroy the landscape and make it hazardous for wildlife and small children. Allow at least 30 minutes to walk around. On the westernmost point of Skye lies Neist Point Lighthouse. The landscape around the lighthouse is beautiful if you'd like to view it from afar. Otherwise, it's a 2.2 kilometer walk from the car park to the lighthouse, and there are some very steep sections. Allow 1.5 to 2 hours for the walk both ways. Claigan Coral Beach was formed from the bleached skeletons of a red coralline seaweed. It looks like a normal sandy beach from afar, but upon closer inspection, you can tell that it's not sand. It is a bit of a walk to and from the beach, so allow 1.5 to 2 hours for walking to and from the beach. Across from the Glen Brittle Youth Hostel is Glen Brittle Waterfalls, which seems to be relatively unknown to most tourists and is a great alternative to the ferry pools, mainly because there's no walking required. Allow 15 minutes, more if you'd like to walk up beyond the waterfall. Elgol is a lovely little village towards the south of Skye. It offers beautiful views of the Glen Mountains across the water, and the drive to and from Elgol is stunning as well. Allow 15 minutes in the village. We hope you enjoyed this video on places to visit in Skye. Please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and comment below on your favorite place on Skye. We'll see you in the next video. Portree is the main town on Skye and has some lovely, colorful buildings. Be sure not to touch any stone. If you'd like a more comprehensive list, please. across.